Howdy fellas, I hope you're faring well. I know the weather's pretty chilly right here where I'm at, and I hope you're managing to stay warm where you are. In the patch lube problem and mink oil unavailable video, I had quite a few comments, people saying they'd found other mink oil products online. But one thing you got to look at when you go to substituting, look if you can and find the ingredients of that mink oil product. I know somebody suggested Phoebe's mink oil, and I looked that up, and it also has lanolin, silicone, and one other additive to it, which lanolin is a product of sheep wool, which would be considered a tallow more or less, which would probably be fine. Silicone is probably okay, but in the case of like Trapper's mink oil, it was basically, I believe, mink oil and probably beeswax, something along that line. There's other ways a lot of people use homemade products. Had one guy said he uses Crisco, which is fine. I mean, you know, I've used Crisco before to seal the chambers on a percussion revolver. That's fine if it works for you. Another fellow commented on mutton tallow, which you look back on what the old, or back in the day, what they would have used. They used some type of animal tallow, be it mutton, deer, bear, whatever, wild hog, whatever they could find. But I think you'll find if you melt that or process that tallow, get the oil out of it, and then get online and get you, they sell packages, I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to say, packages of beeswax pellets. If you melt those down and mix those together, you'll come out with a little bit more paste-like product. This is Trapper's mink oil. You can see I've had that a while. It's been open off and on and kind of discolored around the edge, but there's nothing wrong with it. That's just what it does over time. You'll get something that's a little bit more, or should I say, less greasy. It'll be more of a paste-like substance that you can use. There's a lot of things you can substitute. One guy mentioned bacon fat. Now, what I would watch with bacon fat, if that bacon was salt cured, it's going to have some type of salt in it. And that could be more corrosive on your muzzleloading barrel and your parts. But the main thing is keep your muzzleloader clean and keep something like, you know, mink oil, ballistol, something like that down your bore to keep the moisture off of it. That's the main thing. Keep them clean and keep them serviced. I was trying to think if it was something else I was going to talk about along the patch lube line. Can't seem to think of it right now. But anyway, you know, experimentation is a lot of the fun of this hobby, and those of you that use modern guns, you have to experiment if you're hand loading to get the proper combination of powder, bullet, and lead to make your gun shoot well. So that's part of the fun of things. And now that hunting season is over for most of us, I know some of you, like in Mississippi, you've probably got a couple more weeks to go before deer season's over. But it's the time to start to turn your attention to fixing anything that's wrong on your guns or upgrading anything you want to upgrade. If you got a supply of antlers, you can make things like this little pan charger, vent picks, and also powder measures. You know, to pass the time till the weather gets warm, you get back outside again and fishing season even starts. Or if you want to try your hand at building knives, you can do that too. Anyway, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of the other things you could do. Pardon me, this cold weather's making me a little bit hoarse. Some of the other things you could do as far as patch lube is concerned, and like I've said before, if you want to use a commercial patch lube, that's fine. If it works for you and it's convenient for you, that's the main thing. But just experiment. That's the only thing I can say. I hope you can manage to stay warm in this cold weather. I think there's a possible snowstorm coming here this weekend. I'll believe it when it gets here. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. God bless you. Keep your powder dry and mind your top knot puller.